In the suffocating darkness of the Grand Canyon, where sunlight is but a distant memory, you stand before a deep and ancient cave where the wind's sharp cry through the cliffs echoes like the whispers of souls forgotten by time. Towering stone walls rise before you, carved with the memories of civilizations long vanished, as though they stand guard over secrets far beyond the reach of human imagination. Could it be that civilizations 12,000 years old once ruled these lands, leaving behind traces we have yet to uncover? Silent giant mummies slumber in the shadows. Swords forged from meteorite shimmer with a celestial glow. Submerged caves preserve the crimson echoes of prehistoric art. Vanished islands lie buried beneath the ocean's waves. All of it defies the history we thought we understood. This journey leads you into the heart of archaeological mystery, where the line between truth and legend blurs like mist over the Colorado River. You will step into cold stone corridors where time no longer moves, face stories of hidden treasure structures beyond comprehension, and bold theories of visitors from the stars. Is the Grand Canyon a gateway to a concealed civilization, or merely a labyrinth of illusion woven by forgotten myths? Prepare your mind, for every step forward brings you closer to secrets humanity has sought for thousands of years. Secrets that still wait in the dark, ready to reveal themselves to those who dare to ask. This is more than a story. It is a profound invitation, drawing you deep into the marrow of history, where echoes from 10 millennia still resound, calling, haunting, urging you to uncover the truth buried beneath the dust of time. Under the scorching Arizona sun of 1909, Elias Thorne, a lone explorer driven by an unquenchable flame of curiosity, rode silently along the Colorado River, where the towering cliffs of Marble Canyon stood like ancient gods guarding eternal secrets. As his sharp eyes scanned the glowing red rock, his heart suddenly pounded. A strange mark on the canyon wall caught his gaze. It wasn't a natural crack, but an entrance meticulously carved, as if the hands of long-forgotten masters had etched it into the earth. With a flickering torch in hand, Elias crawled into a suffocating tunnel where the air hung heavy, thick with the breath of souls from 10,000 years ago. The darkness felt alive, wrapping around him, whispering riddles in a language he could not understand. When he emerged on the other side, he found himself standing in a vast chamber, an ancient temple sealed by time itself. Hundreds of mummies were arranged in perfect stillness upon cold stone shelves, their withered faces seeming to hold untold stories. The torchlight revealed glistening treasures, golden bowls engraved with intricate symbols, clay jars adorned with strange patterns, and bronze weapons, unlike anything known among native tribes. Etched into the temple walls were mysterious characters, uncannily similar to Egyptian hieroglyphs, dancing in the unsteady glow, telling of oceanic journeys of rituals devoted to the god Ra under an alien sky. Elias stood frozen, his heart trembling at a discovery beyond imagination. Could the builders of the pyramids along the Nile have crossed oceans to reach this desolate land, and left behind a treasure trove now swallowed by darkness? He meticulously documented every detail, sketching the strange symbols, and sent a full report to the National Institute of Historical Research, where scholar Margaret Voss, an expert in ancient civilizations, was leading key studies. A full archaeological team was dispatched, bringing with them the most advanced equipment of their time, quietly excavating the mountain's depths under strict supervision. But then, as if cursed by the very spirits guarding the temple, every trace of the expedition vanished. No photos, no artifacts. No official reports ever released. Margaret Voss declared that there was no cave, no mummies, no trace of Egypt in the Grand Canyon. The silence was deafening, and it only fueled the fire. Some whispered that the government had sealed off the cave, hiding the truth to protect the official timeline, afraid that proof of an ancient transoceanic civilization would overturn all we think we know about the past. Others dismissed it as fevered fantasy, a myth spun by a man starved for glory. But if the cave was real, it still lies hidden somewhere in the stone labyrinth of the Grand Canyon. A gate swallowed by time. No one has ever found the entrance again, though many explorers have risked their lives climbing treacherous cliffs, chasing the echo of an ancient temple. Every canyon crevice, every shadow in the Grand Canyon now seems to challenge us. Do you dare step in and uncover the truth? The questions remain unanswered, suspended in silence. Did Elias Thorne truly touch a treasure of Ra's followers, or was he the victim of a mirage in the desert? If those hieroglyphs were real, they might hold the key to a hidden chapter of history where ancient civilizations crossed paths in ways beyond our imagination. Yet the National Institute's silence and the eerie disappearance of every record only deepen the sense that something far greater is being concealed. Some believe the cave was more than a vault of relics. It was a stone library guarding knowledge from a civilization far beyond its time. Others speculate that the mummies themselves, buried with forbidden secrets, could be proof of encounters with visitors from the stars. Whatever the truth may be, the tale of Elias Thorne's cave has become legend, a haunting reminder that history is not just what is written, but what waits in silence for the brave to uncover. The Grand Canyon, with its towering cliffs and shadowed gulches, still clutches its secrets tightly like a massive book of stone of which we've barely turned the first few pages. Whether hailed or mocked, Elias left behind an unerasable legacy. A dramatic invitation from the past, daring us to question what we accept as truth. If the cave exists, it may well be a gate into a world long lost, where ancient civilizations not only survived but flourished, leaving behind relics that defy time. And until someone finds the entrance again, Elias's story will remain an unsolved mystery, a flame still burning in the minds of those who long to discover what waits in the dark. Within the deep ravines of the Grand Canyon, where sunlight only barely pierces through the towering cliffs that rise like stone giants guarding the memories of time, the traces of ancient humanity still whisper of a forgotten past, a time when life and spirit were woven together through mysterious rituals. 12,000 years ago, under the guidance of the legendary leader Kyle Draven, a hunter with piercing eyes and a heart that pulsed in rhythm with the breath of nature, prehistoric tribes left behind. Relics that were not merely tools of survival, but fragments of a culture far beyond imagination. The Clovis and Folsom spear points, crafted from stone with edges sharp enough to pierce the thick hide of a mammoth, were not only weapons for storm-wrought hunts but may have been sacred symbols in ancient ceremonies. Imagine Cale Draven standing atop a high stone outcrop, raising a Clovis spear beneath the silver moon, leading his people in a ritual that summoned the power of earth and sky, pleading with the spirits of the deep woods to grant strength in the face of monstrous beasts. These spears, honed with the patience of old-world masters, seem to carry echoes from another age, as if still resonating with the energy of prayers uttered millennia ago. In the dry caves of the canyon, archaeologists have discovered small figurines woven from branches fragile as charms imbued with the soul of the forest. Ancient shamans, their hands trembling from their connection to the unseen, may have crafted these to invite luck on perilous hunts, or to open gateways to the spirit world where ancestors and the gods of the hunt still watched. These figures, though tiny, seem to breathe the air of the wilderness as if they were vessels through which the souls of the ancients return from the void. But what truly transforms the Grand Canyon into a living stone book are the artifacts of the basket maker and Pueblo tribes, guided by the enigmatic matriarch Eloria, a woman said to hear the voice of Mother Earth. Ceramic vessels etched with complex geometric patterns and finely woven textiles with flowing lines that mimic the meandering Colorado River were not merely crafted goods, they were sacred expressions encoding hidden messages. These patterns, carved and woven with unexplainable precision, may be a language from a vanished culture, holding stories of creation, prophecies of endings or constellations used in night rituals beneath the stars. Were these designs merely creative embellishments, or were they ancient codes waiting for the right soul to unlock them and shed light upon the forgotten past? From the razor-sharp spears to the intricately crafted pottery the relics raise, a haunting question. Were they only survival tools of a harsh epic or keys to rituals we've never understood? The Grand Canyon, layered like a stone-cloaked scripture, is not merely a place where the ancients endured, it is a sacred temple where they searched for deeper meaning in life and death. The Clovis points, scarred with tiny etchings like the fingerprints of time, may have once been used in blood rituals, where the life of the beast merged with the soil in gratitude to the divine. The branch figures, delicate as breath, may have been soul vessels used by shamans to commune with ancestral spirits and plead for protection in the bitter night. The symbols upon ceramic, so complex, so deliberate, may have been spiritual maps guiding their people through the trials of existence. Under the hands of Cale Draven and Eloria, these tribes did more than survive. They forged a legacy that outlasted stone and storm, daring us to peer deeper into the past. Yet the true mystery lies not only in what they left behind, but in how these objects feel, as though they are not merely the work of human hands, but gifts from a world beyond. Some believe Kael Draven was not merely a hunter, but a prophet, a dreamer, who received visions from the gods leading his people through rites that bridged earth and sky. The shamans who created the branch figurines may have seen forest spirits in their trances, and Eloria's sacred patterns may have been guided by celestial whispers. These artifacts found in arid caves still radiate a strange allure, as though calling us deeper, urging us to question what we think we know. The Grand Canyon with these relics is not just a geological marvel. It is a labyrinth of secrets where each spear, each figure, each pattern is a fragment of a vast unknown objects prove spiritual culture. Whatever the truth may be, they remain echoes of lost era. Will you dare to dig into the secrets carved into the canyon stones? Or will these stories slip forever into the shadows of history, deep within the arid heart of the Transoceanic province where the wind howls like a chorus of ancient spirits lies? Maymand, a 12,000-year-old village carved into the living rock, a labyrinth of stone, crafted by the nameless hands of a master artisan known only as Zorath. This forgotten marvel, its dwellings etched into the mountainside, stands as a testament to the resilience of a people who defied time itself, their homes enduring through millennia, as if the stone had sworn an oath to protect their legacy. Each doorway, each chamber seems to pulse with the heartbeat of a civilization that thrived in harmony with the unforgiving desert, their lives woven into the very rock that sheltered them. The walls of Maymand, unyielding against the ravages of wind and sun, are adorned with 10,000-year-old carvings, vivid depictions of hunters stalking prey families, gathered in quiet moments and rituals under starlit skies. These etchings, like whispers from ancestors, seem to carry messages meant for a distant future, their meanings shrouded in mystery. Were they chronicles of daily life or sacred symbols used in ceremonies led by the enigmatic seer Lysara, a prophetess said to commune with the spirits of the earth? Her presence, cloaked in legend, suggests these carvings might have been invocations etched to honor the unseen forces that guided the community through the wilderness of existence. Yet for all their ingenuity, the people of Maymand, under Zorath's steadfast guidance, remained curiously untouched by the technological leaps that defined other ancient societies. Pottery, a hallmark of progress, did not appear in their culture until 6,000 years later, a delay that baffles scholars. Why did they cling to their stone-bound ways, crafting tools and homes from the raw earth while others forged new paths? Did they find contentment in their symbiotic bond with nature, living as one with the rhythms of the desert? Or did a cataclysm, perhaps a devastating flood or a celestial omen, halt their advancement, locking them in a timeless embrace with the stone? The answers lie buried in the sands of time, as elusive as the shadows that dance across Maymand's walls. Centuries later, around 800 BCE, the Aryan tribes arrived, led by the warrior priest Valthor, whose fervor for the sun god Mithras transformed Maymand into a sacred sanctuary. Under his command, the village became a beacon of worship, where rays of dawn pierced the stone, illuminating altars carved deep within the caves. These moments, when sunlight flooded the chambers, were said to awaken the soul of the community, binding them to the eternal cycle of light and rebirth. Valthor's rituals, conducted in the heart of the rock, infused Maymand with a spiritual aura, as if the village itself had become a living temple, its stones resonating with the chants of devotees. The image of sunlight streaming through narrow crevices, casting golden beams onto ancient carvings, evokes a sense of divine communion, a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Yet the question lingers: what drove Zorath's people to carve this enduring haven? And why did Lysara's visions etch such cryptic tales into the stone? Were the carvings a plea for protection, a map of their cosmos, or a warning to those who would follow? Maymand's walls, silent yet eloquent, tell a story of a people who lived not just to survive, but to leave an indelible mark on eternity. Their refusal or inability to embrace pottery suggests a deliberate choice, perhaps a rejection of change in favor of a life rooted in the elemental. Or could it be that a forgotten tragedy whispered only in the wind severed their path to progress, leaving them to guard their secrets within the stone. The arrival of Valthor and the Aryan tribes only deepened the village's mystique, turning it into a crucible of faith where the sun's rays became a divine language. Maymond, with its 350 stone homes still standing, is more than a relic. It is a place where time is held captive, where the past refuses to fade. Each carving, each chamber is a fragment of a narrative that stretches back to the dawn of humanity, challenging us to listen to the echoes of those who came before. Were Zorath and Lysara mere mortals, or were they conduits for a higher wisdom, their hands guided by forces we cannot comprehend? Did Valthor's worship of Mithras unlock a deeper truth hidden within the village's stones, or was he merely another pilgrim drawn to its enigmatic allure? Maymand remains a paradox, a monument to both human endurance and the mysteries that elude us. Its carvings, like the words of a lost language, beckon us to decipher their meaning, to unravel the rituals that once filled these caves with life. As you stand before its weathered facades, the stone seems to speak, urging you to question. Were these people content in their simplicity, or were they guardians of a secret too profound to share? Maymond, a labyrinth where time is imprisoned, holds its truths close, daring us to seek the stories etched into its heart. Stories that may forever remain just beyond our grasp. Beneath the sun-scorched plains of Maharashtra, India, where the earth holds its breath under a sky vast and unyielding, two local wanderers, Rajan Veda and Mira Suri, stumbled upon a secret etched into the ancient stones of Kana. It was a quiet afternoon, the kind where the air hums with the weight of forgotten tales, when their eyes caught the faint outlines of carvings on massive rock slabs half buried under centuries of dust and neglect. These were no ordinary marks, but intricate etchings like paintings blurred by the relentless hand of time, whispering stories of a world long vanished. Rajan, a farmer with a keen eye for the land's hidden gifts, and Mira, a weaver whose fingers traced patterns as old as memory, stood in awe before these relics, their hearts stirred by the realization that they had uncovered a portal to a forgotten epoch. Among the carvings, one image seized their imagination. A rhinoceros, its form bold and unmistakable, etched with a precision that defied the ages. This was no mere sketch, but a vivid testament to a creature absent from India's landscapes for millennia, a ghost from a distant past that raised haunting questions. How could such a beast, unknown to the modern subcontinent, appear in the art of a people who roamed these lands 12,000 years ago? Led perhaps by the legendary hunter Karen, whose name echoes in local lore as a guide through untamed wilderness. These ancient artisans might have journeyed from far-off realms, carrying memories of great beasts across mountains and rivers. The rhinoceros, with its hulking frame carved into the stone, suggests a migration of epic scale, a trek that bound distant cultures in a web of shared survival. The carvings scattered across 52 villages, yet known only to a handful, depict more than just the rhinoceros. They are a gallery of life hunters with spears, poised animals fleeing in graceful arcs, and gatherings that hint at communal bonds. These images, like fragments of a shattered mosaic, are the remnants of a nomadic people, their lives unbound by the permanence of cities or fields. Unlike the settled societies we imagine, these wanderers, under Quran's mythic leadership, roamed freely, their art a testament to a world in constant motion. Each stroke of their tools, each curve of their designs, feels like a deliberate act of memory, as if they knew their story might one day fade. The absence of agricultural motifs in these carvings challenges our assumptions about early humans, suggesting a fluidity that defies the notion of static tribes rooted to one place. Instead, they were storytellers in stone, their etchings a chronicle of movement, survival, and perhaps even exchange with other far-flung peoples. Could these carvings be evidence of an ancient network, a tapestry of cultures woven across continents where ideas, tools, and tales flowed like rivers? Or are they simply the last echoes of a tribe lost to time, their rhinoceros, a fleeting memory of a homeland left behind? The stones of Kana offer no easy answers, their surfaces worn, yet defiant, holding secrets that tease the curious mind. Rajan and Mira's discovery, though accidental, unveiled a chapter of human history that refuses to fit neatly into our understanding of the past. The rhinoceros in particular stands as a riddle. Was it a creature these people hunted, a totem they revered, or a symbol of a world they once knew. Quran, if he existed, might have led his people through uncharted lands guided by stars, instinct and spirit, as much as the secular the carvings, with their vivid scenes of pursuit with meaning, suggest a people who thrived on the edge of existence, their lives a dance with danger and wonder. Yet the lack of permanent settlements or farming tools in their art hints at a deliberate choice or necessity to remain untethered, their legacy preserved not in bricks, but in the enduring medium of stone. The rhinoceros, so alien to India's modern fauna, might point to a connection with Africa or Central Asia regions, where such beasts once roamed. Did Karen's people cross deserts and mountains driven by climate conflict or curiosity to reach these plains? Or did they inherit tales of the rhinoceros from traders or wanderers? Their art, a fusion of hearsay and imagination. The carvings spread across a vast region yet hidden in plain sight suggest a sophistication that belies the simplicity we ascribe to prehistoric life. Each image, from the sprinting deer to the poised hunter, feels alive, as if the stone itself breathes with the energy of those who carved it. Rajan and Mira, in their quiet discovery, became unwitting guardians of this legacy, their find a reminder that the earth still holds stories we have yet to hear. The stones of Cana, with their enigmatic rhinoceros and tales of a nomadic past, challenge us to rethink the boundaries of ancient human experience. Were these people part of a vast cultural exchange, their art a bridge between distant worlds, or were they a solitary tribe, their carvings a final act of defiance against oblivion? As the wind sweeps across the plains, stirring the dust around these ancient slabs, the carvings seem to beckon, urging us to trace the journeys they depict. The rhinoceros, with its silent gaze, stands as a sentinel of mystery, daring us to imagine the paths that led Quran's people to this place, and the truths they left etched in stone forever just beyond our grasp. In the shadowed depths of the Valley of the Kings, where the sands of Egypt guard the secrets of eternity, the tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king held a treasure that defied the boundaries of human understanding. A sword of iron, its blade gleaming with an otherworldly sheen, its hilt encrusted with gold that shimmered like the sun itself. Unearthed in 1922 amidst a trove of golden relics, this weapon, known as the Gift from the Stars, was no ordinary blade but a marvel forged from a meteorite, its composition of 11% iron, 0.6% cobalt, and traces of nickel marking it as a fragment of the cosmos. Legend whispers that this sword was crafted by the mythical smith Ammonius Ra, a figure revered as both artisan and seer whose hammer was said to sing with the voice of the heavens as it shaped the celestial metal. The blade, unmarred by the passage of 300 years, seemed to pulse with a quiet power, as if it carried the essence of the stars from which it fell. In an era when iron was rarer than gold, a metal whispered to be the bone scurry of gods, the creation of such a weapon was a feat that bordered on the divine. The Egyptians, under the enigmatic guidance of the sorceress Neferis, employed a technique of low-temperature forging that preserved the Mithrite's crystalline meteorite's crystalline structure, a method so advanced it baffled modern scholars. Neferis, cloaked in mystery, was said to have gazed into the night sky, her visions filled with whispers from unseen realms, guiding Amun-Ra's hand as he worked the unearthly metal. Was this knowledge born of humanity ingenuity honed through centuries of craft, or was it bestowed by forces beyond mortal comprehension? Perhaps visitors from the stars who shared their secrets with the priests of Thebes. The sword's celestial origins and flawless craftsmanship suggest a wisdom that transcended the Bronze Age, a spark of something greater, as if the blade itself were a bridge between Earth and the infinite myth. Adding to its enigma, an in-story from the Amarna archives penned myth of a letter 400 years ago speaks recounts of a similar tale of a weapon described in vivid detail by the Hittite king Mitanni and delivered as a gift to Pharaoh Amenhotep II by myth Amonma envoy Ma, a diplomat whose name evokes the scarab god Ka's scarab of rebirth. The letter etched on clay tablets recounts a gift of an iron sword adorned with lapis lazuli, a symbol of divine favor and unbreakable alliance between distant kingdoms. Could this be the same as blade be the blade that found its way into Tutankhamun's tail tomb, passed down through generations as a talisman of power? The correspondence hints at a bond network of ancient realms bound by myth than mere trade, perhaps a shared reverence for a cosmic force shared by myths that embodied in such tales. Were these weapons, The swords with its golden blade and hilt, a symbol of the pharaohs, a testament to dominion not just over Egypt but over the mysteries of the universe itself. Yet the question of its origins raises questions that linger like shadows in the desert sands. Was it merely a blade, the product of human artistry, a triumph of Amun-Ra's skill and Neferis's insight, or did it carry the mark of an extraterrestrial encounter, a sign relic of a time when beings came from beyond the stars, walked among myths? The blade's meteoric might, forged with a precision that seems almost supernatural, suggests fuels speculation that the Egyptians possessed knowledge beyond their era, perhaps gifted by celestial travelers who saw in them a people worthy of such wisdom. Their Nepherises might have been a conduit for this knowledge, her rituals in the temples of Thebes invoking divine power forces unseen. The swords resting beside Tutankhamun's mummified was more than myth, a weapon. It was a symbol of divine authority, a link to the gods who ruled the heavens. Their tale's presence in stories of its discovery in the tomb suggests it was meant to guide him into the afterlife, a guide through celestial realms. Their correspondence's letter in mentioning a similar tale implies a network of shared knowledge weapons. Khepri's carrying Mitanni's tale, a gift, might have carried more than myths, a fragment of a larger truth about the interconnectedness of ancient powers' realms. Could the sword in Tutankhamun's tomb with its unearthly glow stands as a challenge to our understanding, urging of history to look beyond the sands of Egypt to the stars above? Could it be evidence the blade be proof of a forgotten alliance, not just between kingdoms, but among myths between worlds? As you gaze upon its imagined form, the iron gleaming under flickering torchlight, the tale seems to whisper its own story, a tale of fire and of stars, of pharaohs and cosmic visitors seeking to conquer the realms. Is it merely the tale a myth, the zenith of human ingenuity? Or does it hold the key to a truth far greater? A truth that Neferis glimpsed glimpses in her visions, and that Khepri carried in his heart, and that Tutankhamun took to his grave. The sword, a gift from remains, a silent sentinel, its secrets locked within its cosmic celestial heart, daring to seek the truths of the pharaohs and the myths they sought to conquer. In the ethereal mists of ancient lore, where the veil between the mortal and divine thins, to a whisper, the Vajra emerges as a symbol of transcendent power, a radiant emblem of strength and transformation that pulses through the spiritual heart of humanity. In Hindu mythology, the thunder god Indra, guided by the sage Vishra, whose wisdom was said to be drawn from the cosmic winds, wielded the Vajra, a weapon forged in the crucible of divine fire, its form a blazing bolt of lightning that tore through the shroud of darkness. This spark of the gods, as it was called, was no mere tool of destruction, but a force of creation, shattering the demon Vritra's grip on the world's waters, unleashing rivers to nourish the earth. Vishra, a seer whose eyes gleamed with the light of ancient truths, taught Indra that the Vajra was more than a weapon. It was the embodiment of unyielding resolve, a divine instrument that channeled the fury of the heavens to restore balance. The tales recount Indra standing atop a storm-lashed peak, his silhouette framed by crackling skies as the Vajra blazed in his grasp, its electric arc slicing through the night like a celestial blade. This act of triumph, etched into the sacred texts of the Rigveda, painted the Vajra as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even the deepest chaos could be overcome by the light of divine will. Yet the Vajra's story did not end in the thunderous battles of gods. It found new life in the serene teachings of Buddhism, where it was transformed into a symbol of profound enlightenment. Through the gentle wisdom of the monk Arjuna, a disciple whose heart mirrored the compassion of the Buddha, the Vajra was reimagined as a diamond scepter, its indestructible nature reflecting the unyielding clarity of truth. Arjuna, seated beneath the sprawling branches of a Bodhi tree, taught that the Vajra was no longer a weapon of war, but a flame that illuminates the path to awakening its dual prongs, symbolizing the union of wisdom and compassion. In Buddhist rituals, monks wielded the Vajra in sacred dances, their movements tracing the contours of eternity, as if to summon the inner strength needed to cut through the illusions of the self. The Buddha himself, in his infinite serenity, was said to have held the Vajra in meditation, its radiant energy guiding him toward nirvana, a state where the soul transcends the fleeting shadows of existence. This transformation from a thunderbolt of destruction to a scepter of enlightenment mirrors humanity's own journey, a quest to turn raw power into profound understanding. The Vajra's resonance, however, stretches far beyond the borders of India, echoing in the myths of distant lands, suggesting a shared memory woven into the fabric of human consciousness. In the frost-kissed tales of northern Europe, the hammer of Thor Mjolnir crashes through the skies with a fury akin to Indra's bolt, forging order from chaos. Across the Atlantic, the Inca revered the lightning as a divine chisel shaping their world under the guidance of Inti, the sun god. In ancient China, the dragon kings wielded celestial weapons that danced with the storm's energy, their power a mirror of the Vajra's might. These parallels scattered across continents and millennia hint at a universal archetype, a collective yearning for a force that transcends the mundane, a spark that binds humanity to the cosmos. Could the Vajra be a remnant of an ancient wisdom, a forgotten truth that once united our ancestors under a single sky? Or is it simply a symbol of our eternal desire to surpass our limitations, to reach for the divine within the mortal? The Vajra's enduring presence in art, ritual, and story speaks to its timeless allure, its form etched into temple walls, clutched in the hands of deities, and invoked in chants that reverberate through sacred groves. In Hindu temples, priests still raise the Vajra in offerings, its metallic gleam catching the flicker of oil lamps as if summoning Indra's strength to bless the faithful. In Tibetan monasteries, the Vajra is paired with a bell, their union, a harmonic dance of masculine and feminine energies, a reminder that true power lies in balance. The stories of Vishra with his cryptic counsel and Arjuna with his gentle teachings add layers of mystique, suggesting that the Vajra's true power lies not in its physical form but in the minds that wield it. Vishra's guidance to Indra was not merely tactical but spiritual, urging the god to see the Vajra as a tool of cosmic harmony, not blind destruction. Arjuna's lessons, whispered in the quiet of dawn, reframed the Vajra as a key to inner liberation, its diamond-like clarity cutting through the fog of ignorance. The Vajra's global echoes from the Norse forges to the Andean peaks raise tantalizing questions. Did ancient travelers carry its legend across trade routes, or did humanity, gazing at the same stormy skies, dream of the same divine spark? The absence of concrete evidence only deepens the mystery, inviting us to ponder whether the Vajra represents a shared encounter with a higher power, an extraterrestrial wisdom perhaps, or a universal insight born of human reflection. Its dual nature as both a weapon and a scepter reflects our own duality, the capacity for destruction and the potential for transcendence. The Vajra's story, woven through the tapestry of human belief, challenges us to consider our place in the cosmos. Is it a relic of a lost knowledge, a technology or insight gifted to our ancestors by forces unknown, or a metaphor for our relentless pursuit of meaning? The carvings of Indra Vajra in hand on ancient temple stones seem to pulse with an energy that defies time, as if the god himself still watches over the world he saved. The meditative chants of Buddhist monks invoking the Vajra's clarity carry a resonance that feels eternal, a call to awaken the divine within. The myths of Thor Inti and the Dragon Kings, though distant, share a common thread, a belief in a power that shapes the world, that binds the earth to the heavens. The Vajra in all its forms is a flame that burns undimmed, a symbol of strength that transcends cultures and eras. Its story from Vishra's stormy peaks to Arjuna's tranquil groves is a journey of transformation, a reminder that power, when tempered by wisdom, becomes a force for creation. As you imagine the Vajra, its prongs aglow with celestial light, it seems to ask, is it the echo of a truth we once knew, a knowledge that united humanity under the stars, or a dream of what we might become, a spark that drives us to transcend our mortal bounds? The Vajra, with its eternal radiance, remains a mystery, its truth shimmering just beyond our grasp, urging us to seek the light within the darkness of our own souls. In the heart of Arizona's Grand Canyon, where the earth splits open to reveal its ancient secrets, the orphan mine pulses like a hidden artery, its uranium deposits whispering tales of cosmic mysteries that entwine the mundane with the fantastical. Discovered in the 1890s but thrust into prominence during the Cold War, this mine with its labyrinthine tunnels burrowing into the canyon's red rock was once a beacon of industrial ambition, yielding uranium that fueled a nation's nuclear dreams. Yet for geologist Laura Meridian, who began her surveys in the early 2000s, the orphan mine was more than a resource. It was a riddle carved into the planet's crust, its glowing veins dubbed the secret arteries of Earth by those who sensed something otherworldly in their radiance. Meridian's meticulous core samples revealed uranium concentrations far richer than expected, sparking whispers among fringe theorists that the mine's bounty was no accident of geology, but the remnant of an ancient extraterrestrial operation. These theories gained traction when Caleb Varn, a rogue astrophysicist with a penchant for satellite imagery, turned his lens on the Grand Canyon in 2021, uncovering the enigmatic Brea Pipes, curious cylindrical stone formations scattered across the canyon's depths. Varn's high-resolution images, captured via Google Earth, showed these pipes some stretching hundreds of feet with an uncanny precision that defied natural erosion. He proposed a daring hypothesis. The Brea Pipes were not mere geological quirks, but the fossilized remnants of alien mining conduits, channels through which an advanced civilization siphoned uranium to power interstellar craft. The pipes' metallic sheen under certain light, coupled with their alignment in patterns that echoed constellations, fueled speculation that they were engineered by beings who navigated the stars. Varn's findings, shared in obscure online forums, caught the attention of conspiracy enthusiasts who linked them to a startling discovery in 2022, a peculiar rock formation dubbed the Stone Gate, spotted on Google Earth near the canyon's north rim. This structure, with its rectangular frame and lintel-like top, bore an eerie resemblance to the monumental gates of ancient Egyptian temples, its silhouette evoking a portal carved by hands not of this world. Dubbed a gateway to another dimension, the Stone Gate's discovery sent ripples through the internet, with some claiming it was an entrance to a subterranean alien base hidden beneath the canyon's vast expanse. The formation's stark geometry, set against the chaotic jumble of the canyon's cliffs, seemed too deliberate, too perfect, as if it were a beacon left by visitors from the cosmos. Meridian, skeptical yet intrigued, visited the site, noting faint etchings on the surrounding rocks, spirals and star-like motifs that echoed those found in ancient petroglyphs across the globe. Were these the work of prehistoric humans inspired by celestial visitors, or merely the whims of wind and water? The Orphan Mine, the Brea Pipes, and the Stone Gate formed a trinity of enigmas, each feeding into a narrative that blurred the line between science and myth. Varn's satellite images, now circulated widely, revealed anomalies around the mine. Circular depressions and grid-like patterns that suggested artificial landscaping, perhaps the footprint of an ancient operation. He speculated that the uranium, a fuel source coveted across galaxies, drew extraterrestrial miners to Earth millennia ago, their technology leaving behind the Brea Pipes as evidence of their labor. The Stone Gate, he argued, was their exit, a portal through which they departed, sealing their secrets within the canyon's depths. Meridian, though grounded in empirical rigor, couldn't dismiss the eerie coincidence of these findings. Her own data showed isotopic signatures in the Orphan Mine's uranium that deviated slightly from terrestrial norms, hinting at processes beyond natural radioactive decay. Could these be traces of alien manipulation, or simply an undiscovered geological phenomenon? The Grand Canyon, with its 1.8 billion-year history, seemed an unlikely stage for such cosmic drama, yet its vastness felt like a canvas vast enough to hold such secrets. The Stone Gate's discovery in 2022, amplified by Google Earth's accessibility, drew adventurers and theorists to the canyon, each seeking proof of the extraordinary. Some claimed to hear low hums emanating from the gate at dusk, vibrations that resonated in their bones, while others reported fleeting glimpses of light flickering within its frame as if it were a window to another realm. Meridian, ever the scientist, dismissed these as pareidolia or atmospheric tricks, yet she couldn't ignore the gate's alignment with the solstice sun, a precision that echoed ancient megalithic sites. Varn, meanwhile, delved deeper into his extraterrestrial thesis, citing parallels with structures on Mars, rectangular formations photographed by NASA rovers that bore a haunting similarity to the Stone Gate. He posited that the Grand Canyon was a nexus, a refueling station in a galactic network, its uranium a prize that drew beings from distant stars. The Brea Pipes, with their hollow cores, might have been reactors, their walls infused with residual energy that modern instruments could barely detect. The Orphan Mine in this narrative was the heart of the operation, its uranium veins the lifeblood of an alien enterprise. Yet for every claim of cosmic intervention, there was a counterpoint rooted in earthly reality. Geologists argued the Brea Pipes were karstic formations, hollowed by ancient groundwater, their alignment a trick of tectonic forces. The stone gate, they insisted, was a natural arch sculpted by eons of erosion, its Egyptian likeness a coincidence born of human pattern-seeking. The uranium's isotopic quirks, Meridian conceded, could stem from rare mineral interactions, not alien tampering. Still, the allure of the unknown persisted, fueled by the canyon's sheer scale and the tantalizing gaps in its story. The 1909 tale of explorer G.E. Kincaid, who claimed to find Egyptian artifacts in a canyon cave, resurfaced in online discussions, lending credence to the idea of ancient transcontinental contact, perhaps facilitated by extraterrestrial guides. Though dismissed by academics, Kincaid's account, with its talk of hieroglyphs and mummies, mirrored the mystique of the stone gate, suggesting a deeper truth buried in myth. The Grand Canyon, with its layered strata and silent gorges, seemed to mock human certainty, its cliffs hiding answers in plain sight. Meridian and Varn, unlikely allies, continued their work, each driven by a need to unravel the canyon's secrets. Meridian's drills probed deeper into the orphan mine, seeking clues in the rock's atomic structure, while Varn scoured satellite archives for new anomalies, his algorithms sifting through petabytes of data. The Stone Gate, now a pilgrimage site for the curious, stood as a silent sentinel, its weathered surface offering no clues yet, radiating an undeniable presence. Was it a portal, as Varn believed, a threshold to worlds unseen, or merely a quirk of geology, as Meridian hoped to prove? The Brea pipes with their cryptic alignments and the orphan mine with its radiant core wove a tapestry of possibility where science and speculation danced in uneasy harmony. The Grand Canyon, vast and indifferent, held its secrets close, its depths a crucible for humanity's wildest dreams. Did beings from the stars once walk its rims, their machines humming in the silence of prehistory, or is the canyon's mystique a product of our own imagination, a reflection of our longing for connection with the infinite? As the sun sets over the Stone Gate, casting long shadows across the canyon's chasms, the question lingers unanswered. Is the Grand Canyon a monument to extraterrestrial ambition, or a testament to the Earth's own enigmatic artistry, forever teasing us with truths just beyond our reach? As the sun dips below the jagged horizon of the Grand Canyon, casting long shadows across its ancient chasms, our journey through the veiled corridors of history draws to a close, yet the echoes of the past linger, urging us to peer deeper into the enigma of human existence. This odyssey began with the daring explorer Elias Thorne, who in 1909 ventured into a hidden cave along Marble Canyon, uncovering a subterranean temple filled with mummified giants and golden artifacts inscribed with symbols that whispered of an Egyptian legacy on American soil, a discovery that vanished into silence, cloaked by the cryptic denial of the National Historical Research Institute. From there we traced the celestial blade of Tutankhamun, forged from a meteorite by the legendary smith Amun-Ra, under the starlit guidance of the sorceress Neferis, its unearthly iron gleaming with secrets that hint at knowledge beyond the Bronze Age, perhaps gifted by cosmic travelers. We wandered through the stone-carved village of Maymand, where Zorath's people etched their lives into rock 12,000 years ago, their petroglyphs guided by the prophetess Lissara, murmuring tales of rituals and a mysterious stagnation that kept them from the potter's wheel for millennia. In the sun-scorched plains of Maharashtra, Rajanveda and Mirasuri unveiled the Kana petroglyphs, where the image of a rhinoceros carved by the mythic hunter Karan spoke of epic migrations across lost landscapes, challenging our notions of prehistoric isolation. Finally, we stood at the edge of the orphan mine with geologist Laura Meridian, where uranium veins in the Brea pipes, mapped by the stargazing scientist Caleb Varn, fueled tantalizing theories of extraterrestrial miners, their presence marked by a stone gate that seemed a portal to another realm. Each of these tales, from Thorne's lost cave to Meridian's cosmic speculations, is a thread in the vast tapestry of human history, a mosaic where every artifact and story is a fragment of a larger, unfathomable truth. History is not merely a chronicle of dates and deeds etched in textbooks. It is a living, breathing enigma, a labyrinth of shadows where the past beckons with questions that defy easy answers. The hieroglyphs in Thorne's cave, if real, might rewrite the story of ancient voyages across oceans, while Amun-Ra's sword with its celestial iron suggests a mastery or mentorship that transcends human limits. Maymand's enduring stone homes, silent under Zorath's watch, and Kana's rhinoceros etched by Karan's hand, hint at cultures that thrived in ways we scarcely understand, their simplicity or sophistication, a puzzle locked in time. Meridian's uranium and Varn's starlit pipes, meanwhile, stretch our imagination to the stars, daring us to consider that we may not be alone in the universe. These mysteries scattered across continents and centuries remind us that history is not a closed book, but an open invitation, a call to unearth the secrets buried beneath the earth, hidden in forgotten caves or submerged in the ocean's depths. The Grand Canyon, with its billion-year strata, holds more than geological truths. It cradles the whispers of civilizations lost to time, their stories waiting for those brave enough to listen. Maymon's carvings, still kissed by desert winds, and Kana's stones, weathered yet defiant, are not mere relics but beacons guiding us toward truths that shimmer just beyond our grasp. The sword of Tutankhamun resting in its tomb and the stone gate of 2022 framed against the canyon's cliffs are not just artifacts but challenges daring us to question what we believe about our origins. The possibility of extraterrestrial visitors, as Varn's theories suggest, opens a cosmic frontier where the canyon becomes not just a terrestrial wonder, but a galactic crossroads. Each discovery, from Thorne's vanished hoard to Meridian's glowing ores, is a spark in the darkness illuminating the vast unknown that still surrounds our past. Beneath the soil, within the stone, and under the waves, countless secrets await cities swallowed by sand. Temples drowned by seas, or technologies lost to cataclysms we cannot name. These hidden truths call to the curious, to those who hear the echoes of 10,000 years and feel the pull of the unknown. To walk this path is to embrace the shadows of history, to step into the abyss, where certainty fades and wonder takes hold. The cave Thorne found may still lie hidden, its entrance sealed by time or intent, waiting for a new explorer to pierce its veil. The knowledge that forged Amun-Ra's blade may linger in some unopened scroll or forgotten ritual, ready to redefine our understanding of ancient minds. Zorath's village, Lissara's visions, Quran's migrations, and Varn's star maps are not endpoints but beginnings, each a doorway to deeper questions. History is a conversation, not a monologue, and its voice grows louder with every question we dare to ask. So let us not rest in the comfort of what is known, but venture into the twilight of the past, where the darkness of history holds its greatest treasures. Pick up the torch, tread the uncharted paths, and listen for the murmurs of those who came before. The petroglyphs of Kana, the uranium of Orphan Mine, the star-forged sword of Tutankhamun. They are not silent, they speak to those who seek. The Grand Canyon, Maymand, and the plains of Maharashtra are not just places, they are portals inviting us to unravel the mysteries they guard. Dare to explore, to question, to chase the fleeting shadows of truth. The past is not a distant memory, but a living force, its secrets pulsing beneath our feet, in the stones we touch and in the stars we watch. Continue to explore, to question, and to heed the whispers from the past. For history is not a story that ends, it is a journey that awaits you. A call to uncover the wonders still hidden in the vast, uncharted expanse of time.